Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is going on 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Tuesday, the 12th of July, 2022. And we are off to wrangle monsters. It is currently, well, I had it set. (91°F). 65% humidity. Feels like it's 102 to 103. 33 degrees Celsius. So warm, sticky, yuck. So anyhow, we'll work my way out of the neighborhood here. Around and about and over. So let's see. Didn't do a whole lot yesterday. I went to dinner with the youngest daughter, the son-in-law, and my grandson. We went to a really eclectic place on the other side of the river called Carmine's Pie House. It's rather dark inside, always has been, but they have like all this crazy stuff hanging from the ceiling. Mannequins. You'll see like a teddy bear riding a tricycle. Just a mannequin head with a skin diver's mask on. Just like eclectic stuff. A bird cage. I don't know. I didn't look around all that much last night. I've seen it in the past, but it's really too dark in there to video. So they have an eclectic menu as well. Everything from a Chicago beef to a Philly, and I don't know, they have one calzone that's filled with beans and hot dogs. just crazy stuff. And anyway, it's good food and an interesting place. And of course, time with family is always a good thing. But yeah, we didn't do a whole lot other than that. We went over there, and there was a lot of traffic on the way over. Of course, that's the time that we go to dinner over, with them. It's usually between 5 and 6 o'clock. Seldom do we get out after 6:30. So there's almost always, a lot of traffic. It's that time of the day. But other than that, trying to think. Yeah, I didn't really do much. I got back to the house, sort of pulled out my lawn. I did go through the back of the truck a little bit. I don't know if you've been following. You've been seeing that table sitting in the back seat that I had found, and was thinking I was going to change the top around. But I needed to fit my laundry basket back there, and that was in the way. So I took a few things in the house, took the table out, and when I stood it up, I realized how low it was, and that it's probably not going to work for what I wanted it for. So basically asked my brother if he wanted it. He's got an idea for it, so there we go. I did find a couple of things on the curb. Imagine that. One's a tiny little like plant table. It's got like a 6 or 8 inch ceramic tile in the top of it, square. It's a little rough. It may clean up to be painted. It may just go back out on the trash. It may serve a few more years in the condition it's in. But the reason I had stopped was I saw a boat anchor that was in fine shape. It's like $120 anchor or something. So I grabbed that, saw the table and grabbed that, and then there were 3 shepherd hook type plant holders that go in the ground, and like as thick as my pinky. It wasn't. They're not El Cheapos. So I took those 3 and strapped them up on the roof. I don't really have plants at the moment to put in them. I don't have baskets to hang from them, but I do have a couple of plants to put into baskets that I can hang from them. So I had a question about my gardening. Actually, I've had a couple questions about my garden for this year. I did not grow one. Last year the garden didn't thrive. I just don't get enough sunlight. So I didn't bother this year. And then most of the other plants that I had, I got rid of because my brother was taking over that section of the yard, and the section that you know, on the side of the trailer that I'm going to have is in a lot deeper shade. So I got rid of a lot of the plants that I had. Excuse me. And I cleaned up a lot of the plants that were out front and gave those away too. Also, as well, whatever. There's a couple out there, but that's about it. So yeah, I haven't really been growing anything. But now a couple weeks ago, I rescued some bromeliads from my daughter's house. Bromeliads are supposedly grow in full sun, but these were not thriving. So I pulled them out and I took them home. They're looking a little better. They're still really sun scorched. A couple of them were putting out pups, so that's a good thing. And I'll probably put a couple of those into the baskets, into a basket or couple baskets or something. It was a loose medium, because they don't need heavy soil. But I've been trying to find plants that will grow in fairly deep shade. There's light, but it's dark shade. Like the trailer runs east-west, and my side faces north, and then I have a big oak tree over top of it. So there's some spots back there that don't get sun at all. They get shade, shade light, or light from the shade. I don't know how to put that. Shaded light, deep understory type shade light. So anyway, yeah, trying to figure out what will go back there and grow and not need a lot of care. We come right back to the reason why, like, I don't have a pet. I'm not responsible enough. I know this. I forget to feed things, and it's also the added work you have to put into, clean up after them, give them baths, take them to the doctor. I mean, you don't have to do all that with a plant, but plants need a lot of attention too. And I like to just go. So I need plants that I'm not going to have to worry about if I decide that I'm going to go a couple days in a row or what have you, or if I just don't feel like taking care of it. Don't feel like going outside and dealing with the heat, and anyway. It's nice right now. We've got some clouds out. They've got slightly gray underbellies. They're talking about rain within the next couple of hours for the evening, which is nice when it rains in the evening because it helps cool things down. Not like if it was raining right now and it stopped and we had a couple hours of hard sunlight left, then it gets humid, and the humidity and the heat hangs until well into the night. Last night it rained pretty decent, right around between like 5:30 and 7:30. So all we had was evening sun. It was halfway nice out last night. Like 11 o'clock at night, it was when I was out messing with the back of the truck, taking stuff out and whatnot. It was in the low 80s. So low 80s, maybe high 70s. I don't know. I didn't really check it, but I was able to breathe. The air wasn't super humid. I wasn't breaking into a sweat from walking out to the truck. So a late shower is nice. Unfortunately, well, tomorrow we're not going to have a whole lot of rain. They're calling scattered showers. Thursday and Friday we're at like 60-70%, and then through the weekend. there's some kind of a system building out in the Gulf. It may affect us through the weekend. I know there are areas that, you know, are dealing with drought like big time. Like the Hoover Dam almost doesn't have enough water to run. You know, I mean, it's dropped, I don't know, a couple 100 feet over the past 5 or 6 years. But here lately, it seems like it's been going down a foot or so a day, from what I've been watching on different videos. So that starts getting scary. You know, people out in California and places that rely on that water, on both the water and the electricity. Add that on top of the high gas and the cost of the economy. You know, prices going up and going up. And actually, we were kind of talking about that at dinner last night. I looked at the menu and they had, excuse me, 2 slices and a Coke for $10. Which sounds like really outrageous until you consider, like, their pizza slices take 3 plates. they're like that wide and a good well over a foot long. So it used to be $7. Now they're, well, $9.99 or $10. And we were talking about that, and the waitress overheard us and thought we were complaining. And we said, no, we like totally understand, you know. Like a jar of mayonnaise at the store is $7. A pound of ground meat is anywhere from just under $5 to $7 and $8, depending on the grade. So yeah, I don't have to tell y'all, everybody's dealing with it too. As you know, everybody's dealing with the same thing. Maybe slight variations, but all we can do is hold on. You know, like I've been buying stuff at you know, finding the best prices I can and kind of stockpiling it and arguing with my brother about how much food I have stocked in the house. He doesn't understand. You know, or I think he might understand the frugality, but what the heck? He's a super minimalist, so he sees all this stuff building up. He's like, all this food coming in and none's going out. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm buying it in bulk because it's cheaper, so it's coming in like, you know, cases of 8 to 24, and I can only eat one at a time. It's like, well, what about these over here? They've been here forever, but they're not, you know, they're not hurting anything. And it hasn't been forever. It's only been like 2 months. So, you know, I'm sorry I bought a year's or more worth of hash browns, dried hash browns. You know, they'll be fine for until I'm done using them. But oh well. We're at the end of the run, folks, so I appreciate y'all hanging out and listening to me rant about nothing really at all. But let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.